Hey guys, Tony here. So I did want to talk about Tesla, and I'm kind of salty because you guys already know that I had a swing going from around 714-ish to about 800 bucks. And if I should have just fucking kept it, man. I should have just kept my Tesla position. I think I bought it in like 10K. So I think from 700 to 1,000 is what? Like it's a 50%. It's basically a 50% gain. I would have made like $5,000 if I just left it in here. I'm super sad that I didn't hold, right? I still made some money off of the swing. It's perfectly fine. I think I only made like a 10-15% gain, but if I would have left it, that 10K would have given me an extra 5,000 bucks. But again, this rally, I wanted to go into this a little bit because this rally have a lot of things in common, and I do want to talk about how this ties in with AirBNB, right? So it's a new common sense theory that I had, and I want to, I know it's completely random, but I want to let you guys know how I think that this Tesla move is going to tie in with AirBNB. So the news was that Tesla last month was the most sold car in Europe, and that goes for not just electrical, but electric and gas powered. It was the best selling car in Europe overall, which is absolutely phenomenal. And this was for the Model 3. The second piece of news that made this blow up was Hertz is planning on buying 100,000 models of the Model 3, which I think is absolutely phenomenal. And I think that if Hertz was still trading, Hertz would have completely blown up to the upside. I can guarantee you that. I think Hertz would have had an absolute massive rally today if it was still trading, right? Second, and let's go into the theory here. Because you actually have Hertz buying 100,000 models of the Model 3, there is a lot of potential for people to not only now have a first-hand look at these electrical vehicles, right? So I think this massive move, and I definitely think that Tesla is going to keep running because there's been a lot of case studies, a lot of in-person kind of what is it called, studies or whatever you want to call it, right? But when somebody actually gets in a Tesla and they drive it, they realize how much they actually want one, and that's how they purchase it, right? And that they end up purchasing because of experience. And that's what these 100,000 vehicles from Hertz are going to give to all these people. And I think that that's going to be a massive sales growth for Tesla. You're going to have 100,000 vehicles running around being rented out by Hertz all the time. And I think the sales growth for Hertz the sales growth for Tesla in the US is going to absolutely skyrocket within the next year or two. And this is almost a guarantee because I think the conversion rate is going to go up extremely high because you're not going to have regular Americans going out of their way to actually purchase Teslas, right? Which I think it's amazing for Tesla. Second of all, and this is where I'm going to be going into AirBNB. I think, the major customer for Hertz is usually people that are traveling. And people that are traveling are usually going to end up renting a car and possibly staying at a hotel or renting out an Airbnb. What I think is going to happen now, and why I think that Airbnb sales or Airbnb is going to be an even more lucrative thing to do, and why I think Airbnb stock might go up, maybe. I think this would be more for the actual people that want to do an Airbnb hosting and actually have properties that they put on Airbnb. I think the major theory here is that because you have such a mass improvement in rental units that are going to be electrical now, all these Airbnb homes are now going to want to have to put some sort of electrical compatibility for cars, and mainly for Tesla. So I do see a possibility of Tesla chargers also going up in the coming years, because now you're going to have such a big sales improvement or like a renter out improvement of all of these units and all these Model 3s from Hertz, that people renting out a Tesla from Hertz are also going to be looking at Airbnb properties, and more than likely they'll look at Airbnb properties that are actually, compatible with Teslas and being able to be charged with Teslas. So I not only see this as a good sign for Tesla overall, I do see this as a even bigger sales funnel for the Tesla chargers for these Airbnb homes. And I can tell you right now that I think it's definitely going to be a big improvement. I think there's going to be a big domino effect, and this is where the macroeconomics comes out of it. And I hope that this is coming out clearly, right? Hertz buys 100,000 cars, they rent it out to people who are traveling. Those travelers go ahead and they end up renting out Airbnbs. Those Airbnbs will now have to accommodate for all of these Teslas being rented out by Hertz, which then entails them to go out and purchase Tesla chargers for all these Model 3s that are going to be, sitting in the front yard of all these houses being rented out through Airbnb. So it's a big macroeconomic domino trickle effect. And I hope that you guys kind of understand where I'm trying to go here. So if you own Airbnb properties, which I plan on doing soon, I will more than likely be adding a specific Tesla charger to those houses that they're compatible with every electric vehicle as well as Teslas. But again, I think this is even bigger news for Tesla, because now not only are you getting the sales from the 100,000 of Hertz, but you're also getting the sales of the future customers that get to experience a Model 3, but you're also getting the sales of the chargers of Tesla that all these Airbnb homes and possibly hotels are now going to be installing into their properties, because now you're going to have an extra 100,000, models of the Model 3 being rented out on the daily to all these travelers moving around. So this is why macroeconomics is extremely important to understand when it comes to companies and news like this, because it gives you a huge advantage, and you're able to be ahead of the curve to where people don't really think about the possibility of this happening within maybe a couple months down the line, maybe a year down the line, to where you really start seeing this effect kind of trickle down and people start seeing it firsthand, right? That's why the macroeconomic of things is such an important, it's so important to know, because it helps you get in early to see extreme gains to the upside, where Airbnb can rally, for example, or Tesla can rally to 1,500, but guess what? They're not accounting the sales that they're going to have from the chargers, that you're now going to have hotels and Airbnbs or motels accommodate, because you now have an extra 100,000 Model 3 units being rented out on the daily to all these travelers. So I'll see you guys later. I hope you guys understood what I was trying to say, and I hope that I was being extremely clear about it. So I'll see you guys later. Bye-bye.